Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Grip and Rip back here with another video for you guys today. And here we are doing the top 10 most valuable cards in 2023 Topps Cosmic Chrome. So before we get into that, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video today. Can we get 100 likes on today's video? As that is the best way you can help me grow this channel, is by hitting that like button. And speaking of growing the channel, we're doing a giveaway. We're giving away hobby packs of Series 2. All you got to do to enter is be publicly subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content you see on the channel, and last but certainly not least, leave a comment in the comment section on who your all-star representatives were on your favorite team. I'll pick the winner once we hit 7,000 subscribers. So there is that. And of course, Channel of the Month. Cannot forget about Channel of the Month. So if you guys are unaware of what that is, we're going to be highlighting one YouTube content sports card creator a month for literally ever, starting in September. So if you guys make sports card videos on YouTube, just comment. This is how you enter. You just comment what kind of sports card videos you make, and I'm gonna literally start to go watch them. Like, we have like 2 days left of August, so it starts September 1st. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a shout out to that person every single day in September and put their channel in the description of every video, in hopes that some of you guys may go subscribe and actually go start to watch their content. You know, I want to do this to highlight small YouTube content creators and try to, to boost up the community and try to make it prosper in the best I can. And I figured that's probably the best way I could possibly do that. So there's that. So let's get into it. This list was very interesting because I'll tell you why. They put the update rookies. Some of them. Now, I don't know if it's all of them. Some. Now, this checklist is only 200 cards, right? So it's not the biggest checklist in the world, okay? They put a lot of rookie cards, first-time rookie cards, in this set. So this video is going to be something unlike you've never seen, because there's a lot of people in here, particularly, I think, 3, that are brand new to the list. And some people got bounced out. Obviously, we're only doing 10. We're not doing 15. We're not doing 20. So this is the best 10. I looked at stats. I compared stats. I looked at hype, team, injury status, you name it. I looked at pretty much everything you possibly can. MVP, or I should say Rookie of the Year consideration, because obviously the season's winding down. We only have a month left. So you have a pretty good idea of who's probably going to be the NL Rookie and the AL Rookie of the Year, kind of. But yeah, so let's get into it. First of all, I have to point out $400 for this box. This is like the average price, by the way. This is not just Steel City. Of course, I'm on Steel City right now, but everywhere is like $375 to $400, right? I do want to highlight that because that is like a lot. I mean, that's a lot. You're getting literally three parallels. I should say 2 parallels, really, and 1 refractor, as it says there. So for $400, I mean, like I said, you could do a lot with $400. I mean, hey, if you want to be my guest and buy this box, then be my guest and buy this box. But I like to spend my money wisely, and if I had to, make a choice on something over this, I would probably choose that something else. So I'll keep that in mind. But you could still buy the rookie cards individually if you want. Like, for example, I don't know. We'll talk about number 10. We'll go right to number 10. Number 10. Gunnar Henderson. For example, if you want to buy a Gunnar Henderson rookie card on eBay, be my guest. It'll be like 20 to 25 probably. That's what they were last year. Like, that's what I think J-Rod was, like, maybe 30 or something like that at the most. So yeah, I mean, if you want a Gunnar Henderson, just buy it outright. But needless to say, Gunnar Henderson does take number 10 on this list. Gunnar has had a pretty interesting year. He was really low at one point, and then his stock completely rose. I think he was Rookie of the Year, or I should say Rookie of the Month, in I believe June or July. I think it was June. He had a very good month of June. As you see here, he is batting .251, OPS 808, 22 homers, 65 RBIs, 9 stolen bases, with 430 at-bats. Not bad. I mean, again, he's young. He's gonna, he's only 22. He's literally like a couple months older than I am. So he will most certainly prosper into a player. I mean, the Orioles right now, I think, have the second best record in all of baseball. I mean, they're going to be really good, right? So there is no doubt in my mind when it comes to it, he will probably get better next year. I expect next year probably like a 275 average, at least 275, maybe 265. He'll get better, but not like drastically. He'll have a breakout season one of these years. Could it be next year? Who knows? But next year, he'll definitely get better. I mean, the OPS, you can't get wrong with 808 OPS. 22 homers, 65 RBIs. With everyone producing at that level, I mean, he fits right in, right? He fits exactly right in with the rest of the Baltimore Orioles, right? So he takes number 10 now. We go to number 9. Number 9 on this list, we got Jordan Walker. That is right, guys. Jordan Walker also is on the list at number 9. Now you may be saying to yourself, how about Anthony Volpe? Anthony Volpe did not make the list. Sorry, Yankees fans. He's literally batting .210. So one of the most hyped prospects, I'm talking about Anthony Volpe for a second, of this year has underperformed, to say the least. The Yankees most certainly called him up too early. But here we got Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker was another rookie that was hyped up. He made his debut opening day. Then they sent him back down for a little bit, came back up and stayed up ever since. So Jordan Walker's batting .257, 740 OPS, 11 homers, and a 35 RBI with 311 at-bats. So not the best in the world. Honestly, I probably should have put Walker at 10 and Gunnar Henderson at 9, most likely. But it is what it is. Jordan Walker, the Cardinals this year, of course, are in last place. I mean, I don't know. I mean, pretty shocking to say the least. I mean, every NL Central fan expected them to be number 1 in the division. But, hey, time for some new blood in the division. And we got some new competition, of course, with the Brewers, Reds, Cubs, hopefully Pirates next year. I mean, all of our guys are coming up, so it's only a matter of time for the Pirates are good again. So, Jordan Walker, not bad. Definitely something they're going to build around this offseason because and I both know, the Cardinals fans do not take rebuilding as an acceptable answer ever. They've never rebuilt, at least in my lifetime. They always had Albert Pujols, Yadier Molina, you name it. So they're not rebuilding. They're going to reload is what they call it. And Jordan Walker is definitely going to be one of the star pieces that they're definitely going to build around this offseason. So St. Louis fans, you got nothing to worry about. I mean, I'm a Pirates fan. I'm used to watching y'all dominate the division at this point. You got nothing to worry about. Your owner's going to spend this offseason, no doubt about it. So here we go to number 7. Now, number 7 is the first new guy on this list. Now, before I get into him, I do want to preface this. Last year, Cosmic Chrome for 2022 came out in November, I believe, November 23rd, I believe the 23rd, because I just looked it up before this video started, right? They had all the rookies from Update in that set last year. But this year, of course, it came out before Update. Update comes out October 11th. As it stands right now. Oh, yeah, by the way, Pro Debut got delayed until October 18th. So, for all you people wanting to do the Pro Debut Top 10 this week, not going to happen. Got delayed 6 weeks, so it is what it is at this point. I'll make a whole video about that down the road here in probably a couple days. But they put the Update rookies in this set. So, this is the first time that the Update rookies are going to have cards, right? And here we go to number 7. Will Benson. Will Benson is on the list. He is the first Update rookie to make this list. So Will Benson batting .271 with an 855 OPS, 8 homers, 24 RBIs, 14 stolen bases, and 218 plate appearances. He only made his debut, well, it said his real debut was last year, but he wasn't on the team that long, because 218 plate appearances, I mean, that's not a lot. I mean, that's a couple months. So, he hasn't, I don't know where it says games played this year, but I know for an actual fact that he hasn't played the whole season as a Red, because, of course, Pirates played the Reds on opening day, and I do not remember him on that team on that day. So, Will Benson, of course, the Reds, red-hot Reds, not as of recently, but they took the baseball nation by storm for a very, very, very long time this summer. And could they be in a playoff spot? I mean, I don't know. They're about 5 out of the division. I believe a game and a half or maybe 2 out of a wild card spot right now. It's definitely possible. I mean, there's about 40 games left or so, somewhere around there, give or take, maybe 35. They could do it. I mean, I don't know the schedule. I haven't looked at their schedule, but they're in a tough stretch right now, I'll tell you that. They play literally the Cubs, the Giants, the Diamondbacks, all back to back to back, who they're all fighting for that wild card spot for. So it's definitely interesting right now for the Reds. Of course, if they don't make it this year, definitely I think they're going to make it next year. They have all the rookies up. Another player we'll talk about later in this video who you may already think of. Not Ellie. Ellie's in 2024. So if you're thinking Ellie's on this list, no thank you, because he is in 2024 Topps products. So Will Benson takes the prize at number 7, the first of a few new rookie cards in this set, first time ever. So here we go to, what was it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, or 7. I can't even count backwards. That's how dumb I am. I can't even count backwards. Here we got Josh Young, right? Josh Young. Unfortunately, Josh Young's season is most likely over. My fantasy is suffering from it because he's on my team. He was my third baseman. But Josh Young had a very impressive season. Now, could he come back for the playoffs? I don't know. He had like a thumb surgery, so I don't know how long that takes to recover from, but he batted .274, .812 OPS, 22 homers, 67 RBIs with a .427 plate appearance number. So Josh Young definitely in AL Rookie of the Year contention. I don't think he's going to get it just because of this injury. He's been out since, I don't even know when his last game was. His last game was the 6th of August. So he's been out just a little under a month. He's probably not coming back this year. I mean, they've lost, I think, 9 in a row right now for the Rangers. So the Rangers were the leader in the AL West. But I think that has now went to the Mariners. And then the Astros are all, like, they're all in the same ring. So they're fighting for a wild card spot and or a divisional spot at this point. Unfortunately, I don't think Josh Young is going to be a part of that because he had thumb surgery. I don't know how long that takes, but it's definitely like a 60-day IL thing, I would like to say. So even if they made the playoffs, I don't think he's going to be in there because it just happened like recently. So it's probably not going to happen, unfortunately, which is a big blow for this team because he was a very, very, very good player that had a lot of success this year for the Rangers. So now let's go to number 6. I'm counting right this time. Number 6, we go to Detroit. We go to Riley Green. That is right, guys. Riley Green makes the list at number 6. I could have switched Josh Young and Riley Green, but the reason I didn't is because I think, well, obviously Riley Green is still actively playing, so obviously he could be more valuable than Josh Young at this point because Josh Young is probably out for the rest of the year. But Riley Green, man, very, very good numbers. 289 average, OPS 805, 11 homers, 34 RBIs, 6 stolen bases, and a 363 at bat. Very, very good. Now, the Tigers, you know, I don't know what's going on with them, man. I mean, Tigers, you would think that their farm system is very good, but surprisingly, they're like in the middle of the pack, right? So, they just got Max Clark, so that obviously adds some fuel to that fire for their farm system in their future. But Riley Green is definitely going to be one of those players who they're definitely going to rely on if they ever make the playoffs. I mean, they're in the weakest division of baseball. I mean, people could say the NL Central is the weakest division of baseball, but no, it's the AL Central. The AL Central is a mess because every team, I think, except the Twins is below 500. So, you know, it is what it is, but they're definitely in a very, very winnable division in the coming years. You know, everyone in that division is really relying on their farm except the Twins. The Twins are trying to use a little bit of money. But everyone in that division is typically, like, they're really relying on their farm systems to really bolster their team. So Riley Green is most certainly going to play a part if they ever make the playoffs again. Which, will they make the playoffs? I don't know. Of course, I'm not no Nostradamus, so I can't predict the future by any means. But there's a good chance, definitely a good chance. Don't write them off, especially when Max Clark. Another thing they like to do is they like to fast track their prospects. You saw it with Torkelson, you saw it with Riley Green. I can guarantee you Max Clark is definitely going to get fast tracked. He could even be up by next year, maybe 2025. I don't even know. Depends on how well he plays in the farm, but it is what it is. So here we go to number 5. On the halfway point of this list, kind of want to speed it up because I didn't realize I was already 15 minutes in, but we go back to Baltimore. We go to Adley Rutchman. Adley Rutchman, of course, made his debut last year, but for some reason, I don't even think he's even considered a rookie, by the way, no more. But he still has rookie cards for some reason, because obviously he should have been in last year's products. He made his debut, as you see, May 21st of 2022. So he has been playing regularly for literally over a year now. Still getting rookie cards, still considered a rookie, I guess, in Topps' eyes. Now, if he's actually a rookie, I don't know. I don't think he is, because I think he had more qualified plate appearances to not have that, to like graduate from that status. So, yeah, he is technically a rookie in Topps, but in real life, I don't think he's actually a rookie. But it is what it is. We'll just go with it. Rookie card, whatever. We'll go with it. He batted 273. He is batting 273. OPS 786. He has 16 home runs and 61 RBIs. Very good for a switch hitting catcher. Now, if I'm the Orioles, hot take here, sooner rather than later, I would move Adley out of the catching position. Why? To prolong his career. Obviously, Adley is going to be a key piece to the Orioles' success. It's already happening. You see, the Orioles have the second best record in all of baseball. So, clearly, they're doing something right. He is helping them, along with Gunnar Henderson, right? So, I would honestly, low-key hot take, move him out of that position, maybe in a couple years when he gets a little bit older. He's already 25 years old. So, how long can he really actually play catcher for is what I want to know. I would move him to first base, so that way his career is a little bit prolonged, because catchers have the shortest lifespan in the position in baseball. So, obviously, I would like to think that they're going to maybe do that. But again, catcher's very valuable, and he's a switch hitter too. So switch hitting catchers are pretty valuable. Switch hitters in general, if you could do it from both sides of the plate, are very valuable. So yeah, there is that. So now we're going to number 4. Number 4, we're going to Atlanta. We're going to Michael Harris II. Again, he's not really considered a rookie no more, but for some reason, Topps didn't put him in update last year, which they should have, but update last year was just the best set ever, like, aside from 2018 update, so I could see why they didn't do it. But he's having a great year. Now, he started out pretty bad, I will say so myself. But, of course, they have the best record in baseball. I think they have 85 wins right now, which is by far, I believe the Orioles have, 82. So, they have him just by a couple games. But he's batting 285, 783 OPS, 12 homers, 41 RBIs, 19 stolen bases with 379 plate appearances. He was batting 9th at one point because he was doing that bad, but he has really, really picked it up as of late. And, of course, everyone around him is just so good. I mean, he's playing for the best team in baseball, so obviously they're going to pick him up if he is down. But, again, he picked himself up on his own, looks like. And I genuinely think, unless there's a huge choke that happens, I think the Atlanta Braves are your World Series champions. I do. I mean, of course, anything could happen. You know, anything could happen. It's the playoffs. A team can come in like a 7 seed and completely just sweep the floor with them and call it a day. Like, for example, the Phillies did that like the last year. Remember that? Remember that? Division leader got swept by the wild card winner in their own division. Remember that? Definitely possible. Not saying it's not. But, you know, this year they're very good. The Braves this year are by far the best team in baseball. Next to the Orioles are number 2. And then the Dodgers, I think, would be number 3. But, yeah, very, very good. Now we're getting into the top 3. Here we go, top 3. We're going to Corbin Carroll. That is right, guys. Corbin Carroll is at number 3. He would have been number 2, but there is a new challenger on this list a little bit down the line. So, Corbin Carroll, of course, playing for the D-backs. The D-backs have had a very, very weird second half. They've lost a lot. They went on like a 9-game losing streak themselves. Right now, they're fighting for a wild card spot. They're right there, I believe, in one of the spots. I could be wrong. It's either that or they're like a half game out. But he is batting .279, 876 OPS, 22 homers, 61 RBIs, 40 stolen bases. That's pretty big. And a .452 plate appearance. Corbin Carroll is the majority of the reason why they're successful at this moment. Of course, he has a lot of good surrounding characters, but he is by far their best player, I would like to say, on that team. Now, whether or not they make the playoffs, I don't know. But guess what? They have a great, great, great future ahead of them. So if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's growing pains. Every young team goes through it. Like the Reds are going through it right now. They're going through it. The Rangers, I mean, they're not really young, but they're going through it kind of as well. But they're definitely going to be good for a long time. So there is no worry there on that front. Corbin Carroll, going to be a great player. Only 23. He's going to have a great career in Arizona or wherever he goes after that. So now we're down to the final two. We're going to Boston. We're going to Masataka Yoshida. Oh, by the way, Cedane Rafaela next year, 2024 tops. Look out for him. He'll definitely be in a top spot whatever set he is in. I imagine Series 2 at this point, but we'll see, right? Masataka Yoshida, the oldest rookie on this list, but at the same time, the most productive player on this list. He was batting like .315 for the longest time, had a little bit of a decline, batting .298. But .298, I mean, that's still very good. .298 is above average for average in the league. So you could take that any day you want, right? 812 OPS. He has 13 homers, 62 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, and 450 plate appearances. Probably their best player on their team. Now, of course, they have Rafael Devers. He's probably the best, but in terms of productivity, I would like to say Yoshida is probably the best. Of course, I don't watch Red Sox games, so Red Sox fans, let me know if I'm even assessing that correctly. But Yoshida, you can't go wrong with that. Of course, 30, oldest rookie on this list, but still, nonetheless, his prime will be a little shorter than others, obviously. That's why they only signed like a 4-year deal, I believe, in Boston. But again, just very, very good. So keep an eye out for Boston. I don't think they're going to be in a playoff spot this year, but next year I think they have a chance. I think they're definitely going to call up a lot of their young players. Blaze Jordan, Marcelo Mayer, they're all going to come up, I think, probably next year. So keep an eye out for Boston. Last but not least, number 1. A brand new rookie on this list who is probably going to be number 1 in update. I mean, I don't think probably. I think it's probably a guarantee, actually. We got Matt McLean. That is right, guys. Matt McLean is in Cosmic Chrome. That is right. Matt McLean, probably the best hitter on the Reds, probably. I mean, he just won the 10-day IL, though, like literally yesterday, so that kind of sucks for them. But he's batting .290, 864 OPS, 16 homers, 50 RBIs in 365 at-bats. He just got called up. When was it here? It doesn't even say his debut. Oh, here it does. Yeah, he came up May 15th, 2023. So he hasn't played the full year, but that's really when the Reds started to pick things up, was around that time, because he was the first call-up this year for them, and that's what sparked the success the Reds have had. So, yeah, he is by far the number 1. I would think he's probably, I mean, I don't know. You could definitely make a case for either Corbin Carroll or Matt McLean to make a Rookie of the Year status. But I think Corbin Carroll ultimately will win Rookie of the Year just because he has more games played. Like, he's literally played all year. As for Matt McLean, missed a month and a half because he wasn't called up. So, ultimately, I think he'll be runner-up to Rookie of the Year, but you never know. You never know what these writers and voters think of this stuff. What could I mean, maybe I'm thinking wrong. Maybe they think Matt McLean's Rookie of the Year. I don't know. But, guys, with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. That was the top 10. Tried my best to think of everything possible for this list. Again, my list could be a lot different from yours, so let me know what you think of your list. Put your list in the comment section. We'll see whose lists match up with mine, and I will see you guys in the next video.